I'm Ezekiel Mitchell, and you're listening to Like a Farmer.
Hey y'all, it's Pat. Welcome to another episode of Like a Farmer, powered by AgAmerica Media. Not gonna lie, one of my favorite cowboys is coming on the show today, Ezekiel Blue Mitchell from the PBR, hailing from probably the greatest cowboy state in the world, Texas. Want y'all to tune in. We're gonna be talking about bull riding. We're gonna be talking about 1 out of 11 siblings, the family that he came from, fighting adversity, getting on that bull, and being probably one of my favorite bull riders in today's PBR. As always, every single Wednesday, you can catch Like a Farmer on YouTube or whatever you listen to your audio podcasts on. Let's get into it. Ezekiel Mitchell. Zeke, thanks for coming on the show today, man.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
You got to start just right off the rip. Blue, the nickname. Where's Blue come from?
Oh, man, it's old story, but good story. Whenever I was younger, we didn't go shop at, Cavender's or Boot Barn or anything, and we didn't really have the money to just splurge on cowboy hats. And this lady across the street from me, she just happened to have a garage sale going on, and she was a rodeo pageant queen whenever she was growing up. So she had a blue cowboy hat that was sitting underneath the table. I bought it for I think like $8, and wore it to a bull riding school. And this kid couldn't say Ezekiel, so he was like, "I'm just gonna call you Blue like your hat." And I was like, "All right, cool." So everybody at that camp called me Blue, and then me and that guy's name is Chris Bortner. We ended up actually high school rodeoing together. We did a lot of traveling together at that point, and he kept calling me Blue, and it just caught on throughout high school. And then next thing you know, it's still here to this day.
I'm always interested, where does this passion come from? Take me back to the beginning. You were one of 11 siblings? How do you even get you got to be busy all day, every day with your brothers and sisters. I mean, where does that passion for bull riding come from?
I remember being a kid, and from as far back as I could remember, all I wanted to be was a cowboy.
And this was in Texas, right? Growing
up with my dad and my mom. But my dad and my mom were split. But my dad, he dressed just the way I am, cowboy hat, boots, long sleeve shirt, every day. And I just knew that I wanted to be a cowboy. And it was a very slow process, given that I had so many siblings. We couldn't afford horses or a big ranch or anything like that. So it was always bouncing around and trying to figure out odd and end ways of being a cowboy. Started breaking colts when I was like 12 years old, and eventually got into rodeoing with a bunch of my friends, and we just kind of, it just kind of took off for me. And for some reason there was something in me that was just screaming pretty much like, this is what you were meant to do. And I know from the beginning, nobody's really supposed to be good from the beginning, but I sucked. And there was just something in me that was like, this is what I was supposed to do. And, I say it was a gift from God, and I always say that I didn't choose bull riding, it kind of chose me. And I don't know, just whole different, the passion's always been there from the very beginning for all things cowboy and the Western lifestyle. It's just been there.
For sure. And you grew up in Texas. Where in Texas did you grow
up? Originally Rockdale, Texas. Like I said, my parents were split, so I bounced back and forth between Rockdale, Texas and Baytown, Texas. So back and forth between my two parents. And I don't know. I guess Rockdale was really the country for me. And but my mom, she did a great job of trying to make sure I had some of that cowboy living whenever I moved there in high school. So she worked for the police department, so I was riding horses for mounted patrol officers and stuff like that in my spare time. So I don't know. It was always, they didn't have a choice. It always had to be just there for me. Natural. Yeah.
It don't matter where you're at in Texas.
Yeah.
It's cowboys and cowgirls.
Yeah.
That's the lifestyle.
And my mom and my dad, they knew I wouldn't be happy if I wasn't doing something along the sorts.
You've done a great job with your personal brand, too. I mean, you're just a complete badass. I got to let you know. And growing up, you've always picked cowboy boots as your shoe of choice. I mean, it seemed like it started at an early age. You put the cowboy boots on. You mentioned your dad. Your dad was a horse dentist. I mean, where does that even come from?
I
didn't even know that was a thing.
It's a thing. I have a cousin. At the time, I believe he was like ranked number 3 in the whole country for being an equine dentist, and I don't know, my dad and him growing up together and both having that common passion for horses. I think it was a sensible decision for him. It was a way to make money fast and enjoy what he did, and I got the privilege to be able to go along for the ride the whole time.
And you at a very early age, you got your first horse. Is
Uh,
that correct? At Two Socks, was that the first
well,
horse?
yeah, I got him whenever I was about 12 or 13. 13.
Still have him today?
I still have him today. He sits right there in my barn, and he'll never go anywhere. He'll die with me. My cousin ended up giving me that horse. Long story, family issues, and was pretty much needing to get rid of some of them. And he was like, "There's 2 colts out there. You go pick. You go pick your colt." And I was like, "All right, cool." And the funniest thing about it, I never really shared this part of the story, is another thing where he kind of chose me because we had like this small little corral on our family property where the horses were, and we got those 2 colts in there with some feed encouragement, and my dad sat in there and tried to rope one of these colts, and he was like, "Well, which one do you want?" And there's a white one in there, and I was like, "I kind of want the white horse." Well, Dad couldn't catch him. He was like, "Whichever one I catch, that one's gonna be yours." I was like, "All right, sure." And he tries and tries, and never gets one caught. There's a lot of grown up brush in this old little stable corral thing that they have, so it's hard to put a loop on anything. And all of a sudden, Two Socks, the little red horse, he walks up and he puts his head right in my lap, and I start petting him. And my dad walks up and he runs off, and my dad hands me the rope. He said, see if he'll do that again, see if he'll come to you," and slip this rope over his head. So he gave me the loop of the rope, and next thing you know, he walks back up to me. I put it on him, and then he's been mine ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I never told that story publicly.
I love that. There you go. First breaking news right there.
Yeah.
It's super cool. And look, Zeke, this is what Josh Allen, the Bills quarterback, him and myself, we started this show, I guess, over a year ago now. And it's to celebrate the lifestyle of rural America. We're big fans of rural America. Isn't just a place, it's a lifestyle. You look at the state of Texas, and we've had some great Texans sitting in that seat. I mean, we've had Parker McCollum come on the show, Von Miller, who's just a complete badass, big farm kid. Now he's obviously Super Bowl MVP. And explain to me, like, why does it seem like Texas is just such a great state to embrace that kind of lifestyle?
Oh, man, that's actually a really good question. I think a lot of it is just the vastness of Texas. There's a lot of areas in Texas that are kind of untapped to, some of this outside glitz and glam and everything else. And it gives you an opportunity to really take an appreciation for the land, the animals. You actually get to learn about where your food comes from and what it takes to put into it. So I think that's the reason why Texas can still flourish in that department, is because we do still have so much opportunity. And you think about just all the different programs. I remember being in elementary school and being able to submit artwork to the Houston Rodeo. But there's just so many avenues that encourages kids to embrace their Western heritage.
I love that. That's a great answer. Houston Rodeo, I'm sure you're a big fan of that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, every country musician that's come on the show, they're always like, I got to play the Houston Rodeo one day. And some of them have. Some of them, that's kind of what they aspire to do. I mean, is that where you went growing up?
Yeah. My dad, from an early age, he got us tickets, I think 2 or 3 years whenever we were growing up, really young. Don't remember much of the rodeo because we didn't make much of the rodeo because my dad was always running late for something. He'd be late to his own funeral. But as I got older and started making my own money, that became kind of a tradition for me every year, is that I'd go to the Houston Rodeo on or around my birthday, depending on who was playing the concert that night, because I wasn't going to go not enjoy my birthday if I didn't like the artist.
Who's your favorite country musician right now?
Favorite country musician right now? I'm gonna have to go Zach Top.
Dude, love Zach Top.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great answer right there.
I like. There's a lot of them that I really like. I like Braxton Keith. I like Cody Johnson. I love Parker Coe. Those are all my boys. But Zach, he's got a special place for me right now, bringing back that '90s era country.
He does, man. What's the song? I Never Lie.
You're watching this, yeah, I Never Lie. Yeah.
Go ahead, Zach. Go ahead and talk.
Zach, if you're watching this, dude, holler at me. We can hang out. Maybe you can play some country music, and there'll be cold beer. You know, that's another one of his songs. Cold beer and country music. We can do that.
Yeah, I love that. I need a hoodie. Cold beer and country music.
Yeah.
So, tell me about. You grew up. Your dad was a horse dentist. I mean, you grew up horses. You got your first horse at 12. You were destined to ride a horse. Where the hell does the hopping on a bull's back just interest you? I've got a story that I saw about maybe you and a neighbor building a mechanical bull.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me about that.
So, yeah, there was quite a big, long process with all this, I guess. Whenever I really figured out that I wanted to rodeo, I was gung-ho to try every event that I possibly could, and quickly realized that we were not financially able enough to compete in team roping or calf roping or anything like that, because we tried it one time and hauling a horse with my dad's old beat-up truck, and ended up making to the rodeo late and missing my roping event just because the truck kept overheating on the way over there. So just a weird ordeal, but kind of just figured out that I was still entered in the bull riding, and I ended up winning the junior bull riding that night, and I was like, well, I guess I know what I'm gonna do is ride bulls, but I don't know. There was a lot of people that stepped in and tried to help me. I learned a lot on YouTube, movies. Like, my heroes have always been cowboys. That was a movie I watched when I was a kid, and that's my first idea for a barrel that me and my little brothers put up together, was just a barrel hung up from the tree with some ropes. And then eventually the neighbor down the road, he was a welder, so when he had free time, he helped me weld a suspension spring to a barrel and stand, and it buck and spin circles, and we wore that thing out.
You used a car suspension to build this.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So,
I love that, man. Yeah. That's great. And before we get into the career that you are now doing when it comes to bull riding, you're doing a great job, and I'm excited to talk about it. I want to play a game. Okay, we do a game on the show. It's called Beers and Bulls, presented by AgAmerica. All right? And this is just rapid fire questions, so you just honestly open first thing that comes to your mind, and then you give me an explanation of why. Dream sponsorship that Zeke would want bull riding, who would it be?
Oh, probably Nike.
I like that.
Yeah.
Are they in the bull riding space?
I don't think so. Not at all.
Here's your pitch. Give them your pitch. Why does Nike belong in bull riding?
I think Nike or Adidas or anything along that sort would be really cool, because then we branch out into the mainstream media, and it's not only just Western eyes. There's other eyes, and they're like, oh, well, this guy's a cowboy, but he's pretty cool. Maybe I'll watch some bull riding or turn on the NFL or whatever it is or whatnot, and just draw a whole different fan base into our world.
A new demographic. I like where you're going with that. Why do you think it's just kind of centralized in that Western lifestyle right now?
Because up until recent years, we were kind of behind the times on pretty much anything social media or anything like that was a broader outreach than just the Western industry. Most people that knew about the PBR, the PRCA were within our community. Other than that, it was like, oh, the rodeo's in town, like almost like a circus, and now we've opened up this broader vastness to what we do because of social media, because there's so many influencers out there, and also bull riders that have made their social presence known and let people know what's going on in our world. So I think we've just been behind the times, and now it'd be a really cool, fun opportunity to continue moving forward in in all kinds of spaces if we can open up that demographic to a whole different world.
I love that. Favorite thing to do outside of bull riding?
Pretty basic, ride my horses.
Yep.
Yeah, go team rope and spend time with my fiance, but most of the time it's around our horses. So yeah,
No matter what, you're living the country life.
Trying to the best I can. Yeah,
I love that. Best barbecue restaurant in Texas?
I'm not even. I can't even really say, but I'm just gonna go out on a whim, and I've never even been there. But I'm just gonna go with Snow's Barbecue in Lexington, Texas, because I grew up in Rockdale. It's right down the road. We never made it there in time to be able to eat. So
they got those weird hours.
Yeah, they got
that's
those weird
when you
hours,
know a barbecue
and
restaurant.
then they sell out before the hours are even up. So you gotta assume that Snow's Barbecue is the best.
That's a good one. I love that game. You learn a lot about people. I want to go into the bull riding that you're doing. It's a dangerous sport, right? And I'm sure your parents weren't huge fans of you kind of chasing your dream when it comes to that. Like, what were their first reactions when you say, "Hey, I'm actually going to take this serious, and this is going to be what I do"?
So for my dad, I think it was a lot easier for him because growing up, he knew that this is what I was going to do. Like, he knew I wanted to be a cowboy, and I don't know how he knew, but he knew. Some people were like, "Oh yeah, he's a kid; he'll grow out of it." I think that's kind of what my mom thought. And so my dad, it was easier to get into rodeo, but harder for him to accept bull riding because he always said, "Well, ride broncs or rope or do something else, like anything but the bull riding." And pretty much my dad, whenever I told him I wanted to continue riding, because I got on maybe 2 steers at like a play day rodeo that our cowboy church put on, and I was like, man, I want to enter again. So we tried to enter another one, but turns out I was too old to enter the steers. I had to enter the junior bull riding or Pee Wee bulls, and that's where I met Keyshawn. And my dad was like, well, let me pray about it, and he prayed about it, and God said it was okay for me to ride bulls or try it, and it was easy for him after that. But my mom was the tough nut to crack because my mom also thought it was just, she never really seen it as a career path. Like, all she knew about bull riding was that, I mean, it's at the rodeo. She enjoyed watching it. It just wasn't her cup of tea. And I don't think she really fully accepted it until I got out on my own and she realized that that's what I was going to do. Like, that my mind was made up. I was a very smart kid. I took a year off of school and I just learned how to ride bulls. And then I went back to college, and I think that's when she realized that not only was I making a substantial living on my own, I wasn't working a real 9 to 5. Now also the opportunity for me to go to college on a rodeo scholarship was presented. And I think she realized finally what I was telling her the whole time, is that there's real opportunities in it. Like, it's not just a flash in the pan kind of deal that I can get in and get out of. If I really want to do it, I had to commit to it. And I mean, as a mother, she was terrified, but she accepted it, and now she's one of my biggest fans and one of the biggest fans of the sport. She'll be watching velocities at home when I'm not riding, just calling me to see if I seen such and such and did this and that. And I'm like, okay, this lady really likes watching bull riding. There's even a funny story. She got upset with me because she texted me about my bull early on, because you can look up the stats, and she'd go on Facebook and look up the bull's tendencies, and she texted me one time. She's like, it's going to be 2 big jumps, and then I think he's going to make a spin to the right. And I was like, okay, Mom, I think you're right, but please don't ever do that again. And so she got to the point where she was really kind of looking into everything and really keeping a close eye on it, trying to make sure that
I love
it
that.
all worked out. Yeah.
So when it comes to bull riding, and even as a kid, and you think about any sport, there's always somebody you look up to. Jordan, Tiger, Who's a good baseball? Jeter, maybe. Like it. So when you think about looking up to somebody in the bull riding space, was there ever like a certain individual that you said, I want to be like him when I grow up?
So very early on, when I was really young, it was Justin McBride. But then as I got older and really got into the sport, I was a big fan of two guys that I literally had my iPad from school, and I remember when YouTube you could download the videos actually to your iPad. I think I had 300 videos or so of these guys saved combined, and it was Cooper Davis and JB Mooney.
I love JB Mooney, man.
Everybody does.
I know. Like, if you're like a guy,
like the most basic answer ever. Yeah.
That is a basic. You're right. But just what a badass, man.
Yeah.
I mean, golly. Dude walks around smoking a cigarette. I mean, broke his neck, right?
Yeah.
Broke his neck on the bull.
Mm.
Ended up buying the bull, too, back. Yeah. It's just an unbelievable story. Just
the aura of JB, and
he's around these teams, right? I mean, he's still...
Yeah, now he's a coach of the Oklahoma Wildcatters. So this is his first year as a coach. He just got retired last year, and this is his first year as a coach. And I think they're off to a pretty decent start, so I'm sure he's happy about it.
Love that. What was it, you talked a little bit about it earlier, especially convincing your mom, like, hey, I'm actually making some money. What did it feel like when you won that first prize money?
I don't know. I remember whenever the first time I won like $400 for finishing fourth at some little junior bull riding, and I was like, dude, I'm rich. And I don't know. I guess she really didn't get to see like the first time that I really won big checks. I guess she got to see like social media and stuff.
What'd you buy when you actually won like legitimate money?
When I finally won legitimate money in 2019 was, I guess, my best year. I bought my first vehicle off a dealership.
What'd you buy?
A little Ford F-150 cab and a half, and
there you go.
I still got her to this day. Her name's Jennifer.
The F-150's Jennifer.
Yeah, it's Jennifer.
Where do you come up with these names, man?
There's a song, a viral song at the time, and it was like Jennifer, and I don't know. For some reason, we were all rolling in the truck when I first got it, and we were singing this song at the top of our lungs. And we were like, "That's a good name for it, Jennifer."
Sounds cool. You've been riding some tough bulls. What do you think? What's the hardest bull that you've ever got on? Going back as far as you want to go back. That one bull ride that you will never forget.
Hardest to ride, or
the toughest one that you've been on?
I wouldn't even call this bull the toughest, but it was one of the toughest, most pinnacle moments of my career, and it was the first bull I ever rode on the televised series at the UTB. I had been to, I think, maybe 5 events already on the UTB, and I hadn't rode a single bull. Like, I rode everything, pretty much most of all the ones that I first started getting on. I was riding 6-7 seconds, like getting right there, and couldn't do it. And I just remember getting on this black bull. I think, what they call him, I can't think of his name right now, but he wasn't around very long, but he had one horn that was chopped off about in half, I guess from a horn infection, and one long horn, his big old black bull. And he was really good around the left. And I got in a little bit of a sticky situation to where my hips were going out and I was about to fall off. And there was just something in me that said, not today. And I willed myself back in the middle and ended up riding him, my first bull ride on tour. And it was 85 and a half points. And it was also in honor of my buddy, Mason Lowe, who had just passed away recently before that, riding bulls. And he was actually
passed away riding the bulls.
Yes, sir. He was actually the first. He was the bull rider right before me. So it was my cousin Ouncey, who's passed on now, Mason, and then me. And Ouncey got bucked off. Mason got bucked off and stepped on the chest and ended up severing something. And he ended up passing away. And then there was me right after. So there was a lot of emotions and stuff built up, and then
Now, remind me? You said your cousin passed away too.
Yeah, no, that's probably the other toughest bull ride I ever had. Too.
From bull riding.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
So he was.
And you don't have to. I was just curious.
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's public knowledge. He was traveling the country doing what we both love. He rode bulls as well, and he happened to be lying over in Salt Lake City. Had a friend there, a lady friend or whatever, and she was just giving him a place to crash and wash his clothes real quick. Long story short, she ended up shooting and killing him, and yeah, and just craziest thing in the world. He was riding PRCA rodeos, so top 15 go to the NFR. He was like 20th in the world, and with a month left, and was on a heater, was winning a lot. So I ended up, that was the first year of teams as well. So I ended up having to go ride for my team the very next weekend. And Friday and Saturday, both of those bull rides didn't go any kind of good, but I knew I had to leave there with a ride. Very emotional. Half-assed, still hungover from that whole week prior, of just drinking and pretty much crying. And finally ride my last bull that weekend. I remember at 6-7 seconds, I'm already bawling my eyes out and can't even really see the bull anymore. I'm just riding off the field, and the buzzer went off, and it was like the biggest sense of relief, and just I was just honored to be able to give him one last ride. So I don't know, pretty near and dear to my heart too. So both of those are probably the toughest too, because I don't know, I don't really gauge all these bulls on how tough they are. Some of them it's a dog fight, some of them it feels like you're riding a square wheel, but that's all the beauty in it, is that all of them are tough. If you're not in the right place, all of them are tough. So yeah, those would probably be my two toughest, just because of what the circumstances.
Yeah. Damn. That's unbelievable. Tell me, help the viewers out, and even myself, explain this lifestyle of, just being a rodeo guy. Because, you're on the road all the time. What does that feel like? Especially now with the team aspect, too, because there's still individuals out there.
Yeah, so, it's pretty crazy. I guess I don't really think of it that much. But, yeah, for the most part, every week I'm home probably either Monday through Thursday, or Tuesday through Thursday, or Tuesday through Friday. If it all works out right, that's kind of the ideal week, is that I get to go home for a little while. But yeah, we're going to pretty much a different state, different city every weekend, staying in hotels all over the country, and a lot of flights, a lot of long hours, and yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of time away from home, and all for 8 seconds. We literally sit around all weekend long for 8 seconds a night.
That is so spot on.
Maybe 16 seconds if it's a regular event, individual season where you got a long round and a short round. If you're lucky, you're riding for 16 seconds that day. But we do all that, and we do all this for 8 seconds.
Hey y'all, it's Pat, and I'm back to talk to you today about this episode's presenting sponsor, AgAmerica. Some of my favorite people. AgAmerica is your go-to financial partner for all things agriculture. As the largest independent financial firm dedicated to rural America, AgAmerica is changing the game of ag lending and leveling up financing options for farmers, ranchers, and landowners across the nation. I'm going to let you in on a secret too. The thing that sets this company apart from the rest are the people. They understand firsthand the unique needs of American farmers and ranchers because many of them grew up on the farm themselves. They take a farmer-focused approach to finance, prioritizing relationships over transactions to help you build a stronger financial foundation for your farm and your family. So whether you're looking to buy land or secure working capital, AgAmerica has your back. Visit AgAmerica.com today to learn more and see how they can help you achieve long-term financial success. Because when farmers thrive, we all do. Hey y'all, it's Pat. I'm here to talk about one of my favorite sponsors, Fresh from Florida. The food always tastes better when it's grown closer to home. When you look for the Fresh from Florida logo where you shop, you know you're getting the freshest, best tasting, and highest quality products available. From Florida farms to your table, our farmers work year round to bring you freshness that only the Sunshine State can offer. Whether it's lettuce in winter or citrus in summer, Florida delivers flavors that celebrate every season. Fresh from Florida, grown by local farmers, enjoyed by you all year long. What does like morning of look like for you? Do you have any specific routines or?
It depends on what time of year we're talking about. If we're talking about teams, it's completely different than my individual routine. So teams, which we're in right now, I'll usually wake up around, I guess, 6:30 ish, because we have team workouts at 7 o'clock. After team workouts at 7, we usually go have breakfast as a team, and then it's kind of day on our own, up until it's time to go to the event. So usually I'll just do a lot of sitting around, a lot of just being to myself. Um, but in other occasions, sometimes if I'm feeling it, we'll all go. The guys will go bowling or go golf or top golf or something dumb, laser tag, or just go have a good time. But for the most part, yeah, that's kind of how my individual season works too. I just lay in bed and sleep as long as I can, and enjoy the time off, and uh, just wait to do something, wait to get some food. And
So you're not one of those like superstitious guys. Like I gotta do this and I gotta sing this song. I gotta listen to this song going to the arena.
no, only thing.
What's a pump up song, man? This is what I want to know. I meant to ask this to Keyshawn too. Like, what's your like pump up song before you get on that damn bull?
Probably Keyshawn's the DJ, honestly. Like, especially in the individual season, Keyshawn's.
You're giving him the aux.
Yeah, he's got the aux. But usually we play like "Wipe Me Down," "Wipe Me Down," and me and Keyshawn will be dancing in there. Everybody looking.
Can Keyshawn dance?
Neither one of us really can, but we try our best. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll be in the locker room dancing. Everybody's looking at us crazy. Some people will join in. Boudreaux Campbell, he'll join in. Dalton might join in and do something goofy. There's a few other guys that'll be goofy with us, but yeah.
Any karaokeing going on? Like, who's got the best singing voice when it comes to y'all's circuit? Nobody.
None of us. We used to have a guy that used to ride on tour. His name's Colton Jesse. He put out like a country EP and stuff. He's really good. He had a song go viral on TikTok. It was called Firewater. But yeah, he would have been the best one for the job on that. And if there's anybody on our tour that can sing, they really don't share it too much, I guess.
And you mentioned TikTok, Zeke, and it's like, and you talked about this earlier, the bull riding family, rodeo family as a whole, we got to continue to do a better job on shining light on the sport, because I think it could be the most, non-ball and stick sport out there. I think NASCAR is probably number one right now when it comes to, no ball or bat involved. Social media, I mean, you're pretty big on that. You've done a great job with your brand, and you're just kind of basically promoting yourself too, don't you think? I mean, how do you feel about the social media and kind of getting your personal brand out there?
Yeah. So I have a guy, Max Maxwell. That's my kind of like my agent.
Done a great job with you.
Yeah. He told me very early on. He said, "I know you can handle the bull riding part, but what's really going to make you money is what you do outside of the arena as well." He said, "This is such an untapped market." He said, "Brand yourself." And I guess branding myself just kind of came easy and natural because, he helped me come up with my little logo and my design. And then pretty much from there, it was just pretty much organic. In my rookie year, a lot of that probably helped out too with we had a media team follow me around my whole rookie season, so we had plenty of pictures and different stuff to post. And after that, it was just pretty organic. I worked with the partners I'd like to work with, and whatever felt right for me. And I hope that I've done them justice. And I don't know. I really do want to transcend this sport bigger than what it is. You know, I really feel like I did an interview the other day, and I said there's a little bit of cowboy in everybody. You know, there's this
That right there is, once again, you better start writing these down, because we'll sign a deal. Hey, we got all the cameras signing the merch deal with Zeke, because that one right there is good too.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the cowboy itself, it's just such a romance around it. Like, there's a fantasy. Whether you're a woman that has fantasized, obsessed over cowboys your whole life and never found one, or you're the kid that wanted to be a cowboy when you were younger and everybody made fun of you for it, so you went away from it. You know, there's a little bit of cowboy in everybody. So,
spot on.
Yeah.
And look, let's just state the obvious too, and you've talked about this outside of the show. I mean, there's not many black bull riders out there. Like, what's your look on that? I feel like not only are you trying to transcend the game, but even for, hey, there's people that I'm out there with that don't look like me, but this is an anybody sport, right? What did you say?
Yeah, and that's one of my biggest deals on the whole black cowboy thing or black bull rider thing, is that I am not the originator of this. Like, a lot of people feel like I'm kind of like the OG of this now. I'm just the one that's made the social presence. We're in a new age of social media and mainstream media. Like, there's going all the way back to whenever Murtis Dightman was riding. He was the only African American allowed to ride at the NFR, you know. And then you got Charlie Sampson in 1982, I believe, won the world in the PRCA. We have guys like Donnell Tipton, Lee Aiken, Chris Littlejohn. The list goes on and on. Craig Jackson, Jonathan Brown, of guys that were notable enough in their realm or their associations in bull riding and professional bull riding. They just never had, you know, the same push. Or like Neil Holmes. You know, Neil Holmes was kind of my building block into like the media world. You know, he did a piece with Vice Media and invited me to be a part of it. So, you know, I'm just kind of the guy that is being seen. I mean, from where I come from, I wasn't the only black bull rider. There's a slew of them that were down there in the Houston, Texas area that rode outstanding. Just comfortable, didn't have to leave home. They made enough money riding bulls, or had a family. They didn't want to leave and go out on the road, or whatever the case may have been. You know, there's a stock contractor that used to make the joke to my agent. He'd say, "You realize that Zeke wouldn't be the best black bull rider if some of them boys would leave Houston." And it was always a joke, but there's so much truth to it. And I think now the only thing that I've been able to do is make it easier for a person of color, or whether that be black, white, Asian, whatever. I've made it easier for somebody to say, okay, that doesn't look like a person that's in the space, but he's in the space and he excels. I think that's the only thing that I've really contributed, is that I'm just here, you know, and I've been able to keep this career path going for a pretty good while now. So I think that's just leading by example, I guess I want to say.
I think it speaks a lot of how you were raised too, where you come from. You speak highly of both your parents, which I think is super cool, but it goes back to, like, I know I keep saying it, it's that lifestyle that a lot of people thrive to be in, man. I mean, and you see it too. How popular is country music right now? How popular is wearing cowboy boots and driving a pickup truck and being outdoors? Like, you're from that lifestyle, and you don't forget where you come from, and I think that's the coolest thing about you.
Yeah, I think that's what I've always said, is that I always genuinely wanted to be me. You know, and people say that people change, and yes, we all do. We change every day. Our different circumstances come up. We change, we adapt, we grow. But I never wanted to be the person that somebody could literally say, that guy does not care anything about his hometown. He doesn't care about how he came up. He's too big for his britches, blah, blah, blah. And I've seen it happen to people, you know, and I just never thought of myself as that I could be that way. You know, I'm very blessed to be able to get to live this lifestyle. Like you said, people thrive to live this lifestyle. And for the simple fact that I've made the PBR final 6 times, I've been pretty much a mainstay on the UTV tour. To be able to do something that there's a lot of people that are out there riding bulls, but to be able to do something like that many times that only a select few of us get to go into every year, I think that's phenomenal, and it's something to be grateful for. Like I still don't view myself as people are like, "Oh, Zeke, you're a celebrity now." No, I'm not a celebrity. I'm just Zeke, and I'm just a guy. I ride bulls and just happen to be on TV from time to time. So, like, I mean, it's cool, but it's still not going to change who I am as a person.
Love that, man. Give me the rundown on Austin Gamblers. So you got the team aspect, doing that for a couple of years now. How's the team? You feel good about everything?
Oh yeah, love the team. Teams are great. We got so much going on this year. We pretty much have revamped our lineup. We've in the addition to Jose Vitorleme, Dalton Castle, Ramon de Lima. Did I say Jose? I said Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jose. We added Kaiki Pacheco this year, another world champion. I think on paper we have the best team we ever had, and that's saying a lot, seeing how we're back-to-back regular season champions.
What?
And,
love that.
A
little subtle flex here.
Yeah. So
what do you get for the season champions?
A bonus.
Yeah?
A bonus.
That's
yeah,
a win.
We all got bonuses. But the one thing that's eluded us is our Super Bowl, the Team Series Championship. And we haven't won that yet. We came very close last year. Ended up second behind the Texas Rattlers. First year was not our finals that we wanted at all. So now this is kind of like the vengeance tour, I guess. So now I'm just ready to be in the action and fight with my brothers and see if we can't come out with a big win.
I love that, man. You get me pumped up to want to watch it. So, outside of rodeo and period, I mean, what's next for Zeke? Like, what are you passionate about outside of it?
I thought a few years ago I had the answer to that question, and I still feel like moderately I do. I think I want to stay within this sport and in the realm, whether that be broadcasting or judging or whatever that role entails. But I also would like to maybe do some acting, or if that plays in my favor, or just
there you go.
The cards are dealt right. But
now you were in the what was it the ride?
The ride, yes.
Okay,
Sir.
So is that kind of where you sparked your acting type of deal, or
no? I think from the time I was a kid too, I liked acting too. I thought that was a cool career. Like, to be completely honest, I wanted to do 4 things with my life. I wanted to be a rodeo athlete. I wanted to be a pastor. I wanted to be a country music singer, and I wanted to be an actor.
So, I love all of those.
Yeah. So country music's out. Can't sing. It's very sad. Very sad. I always say
like totally sing, at all. You cannot sing.
I mean, I probably carry a tune if you turn the radio up loud enough. Did have a video go viral on TikTok once upon a time of singing "Better Together" by Luke Combs, but the radio was up and everybody's like, "Oh, them boys can sing." I'm like, "No, we can't. It just sounded that good."
We're pulling that video up. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so country music's out.
Country music's out. Bull riders still in full effect. Pastors never going to be out. I don't think that's ever. Even though I don't have a church or a congregation or anything like that, I feel like that I can also preach the word to people and just real life. This is a seed planted to somebody out there watching. I think that's always in. And in acting, I got to star in Breland's music video. I guess that was 2022.
What song was that?
For What It's Worth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, damn, man.
And yeah, so that was kind of my debut to acting. That, and I did like an Arby's commercial, but I had no lines or anything. Well, I didn't have any lines in the Breland thing either. But I don't know. It was just cool to be something different for a second, So I don't know. It's pretty neat.
I love that, man. I love everything about you. And I truly appreciate you coming on the show today.
Oh, yeah.
You've made me a big fan. And let me know if we can ever do anything. We're gonna line up some merch.
Yeah.
I think you got to keep the quotes coming, and I appreciate you. I truly think that you have a passion to kind of get this sport where it needs to be, where I think it can be, and keep fighting. Let me know if I can do anything to help you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Y'all can just have me on again one of these days.
There you go. And hopefully Zach Top's sitting next to you next time.
Yeah, we can have Zach Top.
We're going to let that happen, man. We're going to make it happen. Ezekiel Mitchell, Blue, as most call him. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, share. Do whatever you got to do to be like a farmer.